Hi everybody, it's Stacy and I'm back. So I finished my 28-day juice feast in January. And so I've had a couple weeks off, but then I'm joining the 10-day juice feast with Juicing Mama that started today. So I know I've been kind of absent and I think I just needed to take a little bit of a break, but getting ready for this new juice feast for today has really made me have to take a hard look at myself and what I've been doing the last couple weeks. So I thought I'd share a little bit about that. So today's day one, doing a 10-day juice feast. I may go longer, it just depends. I've got a work thing coming up where I may have to travel, and that's, I'm not going to buy a masticating juicer to take through TSA like one of my friends. I admire her, but that's not happening. So that just depends on my work schedule. So, my husband and I, we did the 28 days. What I have learned, actually just yesterday, he finally came clean. Because you remember I kept saying, I think he's cheating a little, maybe a lot. He admitted to me last night that there was like a Wendy's burger binge one day. So like he had bought the kids some food there and then bought himself. So two sons he was buying food for. So he bought himself a burger because he thought he was going to die if he didn't eat something. Lo and behold, I think he ate all their burgers. Yeah. But the good news for him is he has actually lost 2 more pounds in the last 2 weeks since we stopped juicing. He said he got on the scale yesterday morning and it was at a weight he hadn't seen in a long time. So he's hasn't really jumped off the deep end. So that's good. And he actually, even while we were off juicing for 2 weeks, or doing a complete juice fast, he would ask me what I'm going to juice. We would talk about this and he was all in. So I made him some juice this morning. We started out with celery juice. Then I made like an orange, apple, and some celery I think I put in it. And then I made some of Todd's V8. I missed that. I forgot how good that is. That's so good. So I had that for lunch, and so that was good. And I think just a little bit of the world sometimes helps you out along with things is we have appliances. They're like 3 years old. And I wasn't cheap. I bought nice appliances. And I started noticing so it shows the temperature in like a little digital gauge inside the door, and it started showing that it was like 58 degrees in our refrigerator. I'm like, what in the hell is happening to our refrigerator? So this all happened yesterday. So I went to Costco and to Trader Joe's. I literally spent probably $160 on fruit and vegetables because we needed everything. And I get home and my husband's cleaned out our entire refrigerator and put it all in our garage refrigerator, which is where I normally keep all of the bulk stuff from Costco to juice with. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting. So I've had all these fruits and vegetables sitting in my trunk since yesterday. He fiddled around with it. He's worked on it, and actually now it's working again. So we cleaned it all out, and he brought in all the all the food out of the refrigerator, and I kind of weeded through it and threw a bunch of stuff away and really just purged. So our refrigerator is pretty empty, but I was like, it's kind of a blessing because we needed to get rid of some temptation out of the fridge. It also just needed a good clean. So that's happening right now. And then the stove is being cleaned. So if you see like this hazy mist in the air, it's not the camera. This is fine. What is happening is there's so much burnt crap on the bottom of our stove. So our house smells like burnt pizza right now. And of course we're trying to juice. So that's always helpful. So I will tell you, finishing the 28 days, my husband and I went down and did a concert, watched in Kansas City, and we had a blast. And we had a nice meal and I think it's one of those slippery slopes once you start on it, right? It's like, well, we've done this for 28 days. I'm down this much amount of weight. You're down that. We deserve it. We deserve to treat ourselves to crap that's going to make us fat again. We deserve that. I don't think we did it was delicious. I'm not going to lie, but it was stupid. But it's hard once you turn off that mentality to say, Okay, but okay, now it's Tuesday and I worked really hard, so I deserve a piece of pizza. Or, so it kind of started that bug in my head again, like I deserve things because something was hard. I think the other thing is like I had all these big plans. Remember me bragging and boasting all about my bento boxes, and I bought those books to like prep meals and all that kind of stuff. Guess how many times that happened? Big goose egg. Didn't happen. Apparently, just buying the books doesn't make the food cook itself and get into containers. I guess you actually have to read them and follow their advice and then go shopping and then do work. But I bought the books and I got great little bento boxes, brand new if anybody wants them. I'm kidding. I'm going to use them, hopefully. So that was, and I think the other piece that was hard for me leaving those last 2 weeks is I kind of felt a bit isolated. Like I was watching everybody juice and I kind of got like this weird thinking in my head, like, crap, they're all getting healthy and they all feel great and they're all still losing weight and I'm not. So I didn't want to see it, which is crappy, I know. And then the other thing is, it was like if I was eating something that was, because I did eat healthy too, it wasn't just this whole bender. But even, it's not like I'm going to post on those sites, hey, look what I'm eating, because I know for me, that would have like completely put me over the edge if I'd been really in my 100% juice feast and people were talking about what they were eating. I mean, that's just mean. So it wasn't like I could talk about it. So I was glad that Todd and Trish did their second group for those of us who were transitioning out, because I was feeling a bit isolated and honestly a little bit jealous that I still wasn't doing it. It's kind of weird. I will tell you, I still haven't had any caffeine. So you guys, if you remember, I quit coffee about a week before Christmas, thought I was going to die, and had the worst headaches ever from weaning off that. But that was enough of a pain for me to realize that I need to not go back to caffeine, because that causes me, the detox after that caffeine was awful, and I wasn't going to go about doing that again. So I have not. I drink hot tea. I still been drinking like lemon water in the morning, hot lemon with tea, like the ginger turmeric tea from Trader Joe's in the morning, and I still really like that. Do I miss my coffee? Yes, I almost broke down the other day and be like, oh, I can just have one. And that gets me every time. It's like, oh, you deserve it this one time, or you can just have one. Well, if I could just have one, why would I be in the place I'm in? Thank goodness I didn't do it, because I know that would have been downhill. As far as headaches, I've had a few, but they have not been anything like what they used to be. So that's good. I will tell you though, when I was in my 28 juice feast, like my energy was like crazy high. Like I was getting crap done around this house all the time. I was watching, I was sparking joy all over my bedroom, refolding things and just cleaning out. And when I stopped juicing, that did go away for me. And I just didn't feel that same level of energy and just kind of almost positive attitude as well. So that was sad for me. And how I went on and on about needing to find better work-life balance. Well, that kind of went on the back burner the last couple weeks. I've been working my tail off for work. My son's had a lot of basketball games, and so I'm back to being a sloth. So got that going for me. So this is about a bunch of positivity. I think though I think it's what you learn from it, right? So if you were going to start your own juice feast now, and or you're just finishing up one and you're happening to catch something I'm saying, I think the positive thing is I'm going to learn from these mistakes, and I hope you learn from mine too. Like, you really do have to be planful about things, and it's like one thing I've recognized about myself, like when I'm all in something, I'm all in, and then when I'm all out, like I'm all out. So why am I like that, and how can I find something that's a little bit more in between, where I don't have to be so hardcore 100% juicing as opposed to sloth eating crap? It is what it is. So I did weigh this morning. I'm up a few pounds from when I last weighed, which was on day 29. which was fine. I will tell you, I expected that because, and I'm sure some of it has to do with the fact that I haven't been eating like the best that I had hoped I would be. I think the other piece of it is last night we had, it was my daughter's birthday, so we had all the kids here, and we ordered like a ridiculous amount of sushi, like probably like 15 sushi rolls, and we had a bunch of salty snacks and drinks. And so I'm sure with all that soy and everything that I had, I'm retaining more water than I normally would. So the scale doesn't scare me. I'm still down way far from when I started this December 26th. So it was kind of what I expected. And actually, it will be interesting to see, because I am going to weigh myself tomorrow just to see how much water weight I was holding, especially from all the soy and everything. So that's where we're at. My husband's doing it too. Got up early. I think that's the other thing too, is like when you're juicing, you don't have to like you can just improvise. Like if you don't have certain ingredients, you can just figure something out with what you've got. You don't have to run to the store to make a certain dish. And I think so that's easy. The other part is like it forces you to get out of bed early in the morning and juice. Otherwise you're not gonna have breakfast and you're not gonna have lunch and you need to prepare. So, you know, that was nice. I got my butt out of bed and made quite a bit of juice today already. And so I'm enjoying that. So this is a long video for me, but I've missed all my people, and I've missed juicing. I mean, I still like to eat food, don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. But I have missed how I felt. Like I felt so dang good those 28 days, and I have not felt that way in the last week or so. So that was hard. I mean, that's big motivation to want to do it again. And oh, you know, I was going to say just a quick bit about my transition off. So I think my last video, I'm sitting upstairs with that bowl of prunes soaked in the water, and I choked down about 5 or 6 of those. And it wasn't working for me. I mean, they worked. I didn't eat the whole 18 or 19 that was in that bowl, but the few I had, they worked themselves through me pretty quickly. And I know some people have a hard time, like, you know, with the transition back, like worried about gastric issues or how they're going to feel. But I really did not have a hard time transitioning back to food. So that was good. And I expected it to be more of like an event. I will tell you, like the first night I did make some soup, a vegan soup that I love. That's just all vegetables and lentils, and it's tomatoes. It's like a V8 based soup too. I will tell you, I felt like it, because that was the first like real meal I had. I will tell you, my stomach felt full, like right after eating that. Like I felt a little bloated and stuff, but it wasn't bad at all. So I guess I was lucky, because I know not everybody has that easy of a transition. So this is my new series for the next 10 days. It may go a little longer, we'll see. But I'm glad to be back and back to juicing and kind of improving on my lessons learned from my first juice feast. So I'm a work in progress, people. I think you know that. So I hope everybody has a great day and everybody juice on.